welcome back. 680's senior or business editor, Kris McCusker, joining us now. Sorry, Kris, it's a Friday.
Oh, no, you just promoted me there in like 2 seconds. Woo!
There you go. Available for references. Happy Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday. We made it. Yeah, it's feels good.
Yeah, I see the scary voice tremble coming out of me because we were talking about missing alarms. So
yeah.
Not a good sight. And we didn't miss any.
No.
We made it.
No, it's perfect. We made it. There was nothing to worry about, as it turns out, right?
Okay, someone else who made it or something else that made it a winning week for most U.S. markets at records.
Yeah, we've got the Dow and S&P trying for a fourth straight record at the close, FISA, and both of those indices are going to see gains this week. The NASDAQ, not so much. It's a little more sensitive, very tech heavy. Then on this side of the border, Bay Street looking at a slight gain this week. Of course, it depends on how today plays out. And that after a modest loss yesterday. Now, really, oil has been a pretty big story this week. It's looking at a slight gain this week. But it's kind of seen a bit of a downdraft in the last week or two related to concerns around COVID-19, along with that downgrade for global oil demand from the International Energy Agency for the rest of the year. So this morning, oil sitting at around $69. It's interesting because the Delta variant has pretty much interrupted the rally for oil, which had pushed prices more than 50% higher in the first half of the year on reopenings and vaccines. And of course, the biggest concern right now, FISA, is China. This is one of the world's largest oil-consuming nations, dealing with a rise in COVID-19 cases as we speak.
Okay, we're keeping our eyes on Disney yesterday, and you're saying big earnings. The report is in.
Yeah, and it turned out it came in better than expected, FISA, on almost every metric. So a big earnings blowout for Disney, much stronger than expected third quarter earnings from the company. Disney Plus, the streaming service, hit a global user base of 116 million in the quarter. So that helped to power 57% growth in streaming revenues to $4.3 billion year over year. Across its services, which also includes Hulu and ESPN Plus, the theme park division saw $356 million in operating income on $4.3 billion in revenue. So Disney's total revenue up by 45% year over year, which did beat analysts' expectations, although FISA, as we talked about yesterday, not really a fair comparison. Most parks were closed at this time last year.
Okay, Airbnb, on the other hand, mixed earnings there.
Yes, and it's sort of an interesting narrative with Airbnb. So things have improved, I guess we could say. It lost $68 million in the second quarter, but that's smaller than the losses it posted in the same quarter last year and in 2019. So it's going in the right direction. The company says its quarterly revenue was $1.34 billion, or 10% higher than the same period during 2019, so before the pandemic. But the resurgence of COVID-19 infections casting a shadow over the travel business going forward. And Airbnb says variants will make bookings and cancellations much harder to predict. So Airbnb's business has picked up with the recovery in travel that we have seen, in some places like the U.S., which started earlier than we did. The vaccine started to roll out in the U.S. sooner, but Canada surpassed the U.S. in number of vaccines, or I guess per capita. So now the U.S. recovery is slowing a little bit, and that is slowing, I guess, potential business at Airbnb, the stock in the red in pre-market trade.
The pandemic is really fluctuating a lot.
Oh, yeah, and I think it's putting question marks on everything.
Yeah.
Because you just don't know.
It's one way one day, and then next thing you know,
100%.
totally another way.
Could not
Kris
agree
McCusker,
more. All right. Well,
it's been a fabulous week with you.
It has. So much fun. Have a great weekend.
Likewise.
And yeah, I understand you're off next week, so enjoy that too.
How many times am I going to say I'm boarding a flight to Ottawa? Because I'm boarding a flight to Ottawa.
Oh yeah, we got some stuff going on, don't we?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Kris McCusker, thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
Yes, you too.